Hello everyone, it's the 16th of April and I'm making a video so as you can see me personally talking to you. Whether that's a good idea or not, wait and see. But I thought it'd be better to do it this way rather than just put up an email or a message. You know, you can get more of an impression and understand what's happened. Saturday the 14th, 2 days ago, was meant to be the biggest day of our year. The Salute Show in London, 5,000, circa 5,000 gamers and that. We obviously didn't attend because of my health problems. And I made a decision that I'd bug it up and we had to do something different. Now, a year ago, when Matt started saying, perhaps, licensed printers might not be such a bad idea, and we jumped at it. It was meant to be for two of us, both Chris and I, Chris being my wife, and then she was involved in an accident which delayed our initial start, and unfortunately things have got worse for my wife rather than better. So Chris has been taking a back seat for a while, which hasn't helped, and most probably the pressure and the constant work, 16, 18-hour days, 2 days running, 3 days. Yes, I actually did a 3-day stint without any sleep, getting things out to customers that prior to Christmas. Now, things had to change. We couldn't carry on, and Matt is most probably thankful, because I would imagine he's got a lot of bad stuff chucked at him lately about CBR 3D, me, whatever. But one thing I have been able to do, and this I've thought about, I was actually thinking about it prior to Matt offering printing licenses, was actually going to another area of 3D printing, and that was the trainer aspect. Yes, not designing, no. Matt and his team, the designers, the good designers out there, are too good, and all I could produce is a few shapes, round them off, and yes, I could learn it in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. But I'm no spring chicken, as I think you can see, and 60 this year, God help us. Mind you, I don't think he will. But besides that, what we had been considering, or I had been considering, prior to May last year, was actually going on and just starting a site about 3D print terrain, some figures, because yeah, you can get away with printing some figures and that. And instead of working at being a 3D licensed printer, actually doing what I was enjoying at the time, which was finding out all about 3D printing, discussing with people about 3D printing, helping people, not taking prisoners sometimes when they came out with absolute trash. Not to say that I can't, but at least mine's honest trash in that I didn't believe what others said, so I challenged it, but I could have been wrong, and occasionally I was. But sometimes what is said and what is projected towards the public is commercially biased. Let's put it that way, shall we? Excuse me. So anyway, reality is that we still have licenses, obviously, because most of them are manual. Some, the odd one that we have is forever. But the fun went out of being a licensed printer. I love the stone barn. I really do. I think the stone barn is a marvellous, marvellous design. I really, 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 really do. But I'm sick of it. I'm sure one or two of you will feel the same about the odd model that you've got requests for. Now, as the two-person business became one-person business, obviously it started taking toll, and I started paying the price for it because of this. No sleep, or very little sleep. Even when I was sleeping, I was waking up and thinking, what's next? What's got to be done? Oh no, that one didn't work. That's going to put me so far behind, and I'm going to have to get another printer and start doing this, start doing that. Will enough filament be in? When will it be delivered? And everything else. And it was mushrooming. Now, it's an expensive mistake on our part. I think every customer's been repaid or had their model or whatever already, including off of eBay, who have been a right pain in the backside, one way or another. You know, you talk to someone there and they didn't want to know. That was it. They didn't want to know. Yeah, can't blame them. They don't know me from Adam. They don't know you from Adam. They don't know the customers from Adam. All they're concerned about is their money coming in. And I knew that from the start, that, you know, it's an arm's length operation, and you just got to go with it. That's what was available. So anyway, cut a long story short, this is for Matt as well, because I haven't talked to Matt. I haven't talked to any of the designers. This is my launch of my apology. And my first apology is specifically to Matt. That's Matt Barker, Printable Scenery. And to the other Printable Scenery licensed printers. Unfortunately, human nature is such that shit sticks when there's an association. You lot didn't let anyone down. None of you did. In fact, I think Matt is marvellous. Great customer service, generally. I think that most of you are marvellous. Great customer service, generally. We all know some customers can be a pain in the butt, and I really mean that. But that's what we take on. If you're dealing with the public, that's what you take on. And I should say that this video is private. Now, I don't know whether you can actually copy this video and then make it public. I hope you don't. If you do, I think that says more about you than me. But anyway, I would like to apologise to all of you, and it's sincere. It really is sincere. We've lost actually a heck of a lot of money, one way or another, through this. I mean, well, I think it's about £4,300 that we've refunded, and that, many of whom I will get the prints out to gratis, because how I feel about it is that a customer shouldn't go without. You know, they all say, why should they lose? But I will get the models out to them. But things have to take time. And to me, and thankfully to Chris and the rest of my family, my health is more important than making a few bob, making some money, in case you're not English, and most of you are, but a few bob refers to the old bob, which was a shilling, which was 1/20th of a pound, and was a silver coin. Well, up until 1947, when it stopped, well, partly silver, but in 1947 was the last part silver coins that were made in this country, and then it became an alloy without silver. But anyway, that's an aside. Um, right. So CBR 3D will not uh, somehow, like the Phoenix, rise from the ashes. It's done. It's dusted. It was too big for one person to do. And the way I wanted to do it was spending time talking to customers, making sure that that's what the customer wanted. They understood about scale and all the rest of it. And the quality of the product had to be 100%. Now, I hope that you guys are basically the same. I don't know. I've not had any dealings with any of you buying anything off of you, obviously, as you haven't me. But that was my aim. Any model that came off that wasn't 100%, that part of the model that wasn't, you know, if it's a tile or a roof or part of the water wheel or whatever, would have to be done again, because we tried to give absolute perfection, and that's whether we've got customers 15 miles away in Lancaster or whether we got customers the other side of the world. That is the end of it. That's the end of CBR 3D. And if any of you wonder, CBR 3D was Chris and Bill Roy 3D. CBR 3D. Right, but that's gone. So, where do we go from here? Well, I am starting going back to what I love doing. That is making terrain, printing terrain, painting terrain. And 3D printing is marvellous. It really is. For example, I've got a friend who actually is using 3D printers in his research project to print out biological, or not human, that'd be wrong, biological samples, and meshes and that. He's involved with bones and seeing whether a mesh can be done so as it can help increase the mending of bones, or generating of bones in some cases. I mean, he's mad about it. He thinks it's brilliant. Excuse me. Now, TerrainShed and Terrain Shack, by the way, but TerrainShed will be the name of our channel. We are not going to be offering to print anything for anyone. I will be printing things, will be painting them, and I will be basing them, using them in dioramas, using them in tabletop layouts and that. Yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare all the different types of terrain, say where 3D is good and appropriate and where 3D isn't appropriate or not good. I'll be following Kickstarters religiously and I will give opinions. Now, this is brand new, and at the moment we have no subscribers, and if nobody subscribes, nobody subscribes. But I'll put it out there. People can see I do know what I'm on about. Now, not everyone will agree with that. Obviously, that's up to them. I've no problem with that. If they don't like what I'm saying, tough. Don't watch anymore. Don't waste your time. It's your life. You've only got one of them. But what we will go into is whereabouts to get, who's good, who's bad, whether a design is worth it, not worth it. And it'll take some work on my part to actually be trusted again, because I buggered up, and that must be admitted, and I'll admit it publicly. What do we do from here? We go on, and I will do reviews, honest reviews. I will compare different types of 3D terrain, but I'll also compare 3D terrain to, say, MDF or plaster terrain or ready-built kit, injection molded kits, and that. The costs, the time, how to improve these, what's missing, what could be better, in my opinion, because that's all it is an opinion. But I want to also watch figures when figures start being produced to a better quality in 3D terrain. Here, I mean, we use FDM printers, and I know that I'm going to have to get an SLA printer. Well, Chris won't be able to handle an SLA printer because of the fumes. Chris had asthma since she was a child, so therefore she can't be anywhere near it. So that's going to have to go down in a shed, insulated, protected, and that. But it'll be down there. It'll be separate. Now, excuse me, I've got very itchy at the moment. We've suddenly started getting an increase in temperature. I wonder whether that's it, because yeah, I'm very itchy. I'm sorry about that. Right. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I've got a Facebook group, which, believe it or not, is TerrainShed. YouTube, TerrainShed. I've got the domain name, TerrainShed.com. I've got the domain name, TerrainShack.com as well, because I know shack is also a popular term in some parts of America. And when TerrainShed.com is live and got content, I will also direct TerrainShack.com to it. Can you tell? I used to be a domainer. That's someone who bought domains, sold domains, registered domains, sold domains, made income from domain names. And the domain name is just what's up at the top, the URL, if you like. You know, google.com. That is a domain name. Quite successful. Got into it late, or otherwise I'd been a multi-millionaire, but got into it late. This got in the ground basically as a 3D license printer like you lot, but my health has stopped. I can't do it. So, right, from this point on, let me get comfortable. If you don't wish me to mention you as a licensed printer, let me know. You won't go on the list. I'll not mention you at all unless I hear something bad about you. And remember, I'm going to be saying publicly that I buggered up to start off with CBR3D.com. If, as a designer, you don't want to be mentioned, that's fine. Let me know. You know, no skin off my nose. But if I think it's rubbish, I'll still mention it. So you keep an eye on my videos, and if you think you can do me for slander, do me for slander. That's up to you. But I'm a little bit more wily than that. Everything will be my opinion. And I will always give the evidence. And here, I don't expect any trouble at all. I don't expect trouble from licensed printers, for printablescenery.com, FDG, any of them, because you as licensed printers rely on it for a livelihood, and hopefully you'll give good service and hopefully your health will hold and that of your families, and you won't have the upset that we had. And I'm sorry for looking down. I'm not quite used to this yet. The videos will get better. Now, you could say, how are we going to monetize this? Well, the first thing is that within a month or so, I'll badger different designers and that for any links that are sent from us to them. We get a commission on what's bought and that, an affiliate. Now, there should be no problem there, because that way, if they don't get anything, hey, you know, if they don't get any customers, they've lost nothing. If they do get a customer, we get a thank you. Same with licensed printers, but we'll also monetize, and there's other ways to do it as well, which I'm sure you all know. And if you don't, have a look into it. It's quite interesting. The one thing you should never do, though, is start relying on YouTube, because it's part of Google, for a regular paycheck. Don't. That is a fool's dream there, okay? Just telling you, warning you. You've been warned. But that's another aside. So, right, we've just gone past 20 minutes. I'm quite nervous about putting this out. We will hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, be successful. I don't know. My voice is most probably one of the most boring in the world, and on a good day, bad day, what would you say? I'm most probably in the final of the Olympics to win a medal for the boring voice. So I've got to learn a lot, and I can actually enthrall people with the subject matter. I've done it. If I'm really interested in something, then people listen, because somehow I enthrall them. And after all, 3D printing is enthralling, surely. So that's that. Right. Let me know what you think. I really, once again, apologise to Matt and to the other 3D printers, licensed 3D printers, I mean by that. I buggered up. It was not on purpose, but life occasionally throws a curveball, and I've had time to think, and Chris has had time to think. We've discussed it, and it's not worth it because of my health to continue. I hope, I really do hope, that I can add something to the industry in the future, and I hope this is it, or this leads to something else. You never know. You really never know. Things are weird, you know. Nothing survives the first shot. No plan survives the first shot in battle. Okay, so as soon as we go live with it, people may hate it, but people may also like the channel, may like the Facebook group. It'll be interesting. It'll be different, because there's nothing like it out there at the moment. You may think there is, but over the past month or so, 6 weeks, I have been looking carefully to make sure that this isn't a mistake from the outset. And if I'm right, big if I'm right, then there'll be something there for the public, there'll be something there for you, there'll be something there for the designers. So right, I'm going to stop this video now. I hope some of you, not come on board, that's wrong, but some of you will understand. I hope some of you will join in. I hope some of you can see the value of this, hopefully. And it is a big hopefully. I mean, God almighty. If it hasn't been tried before and it's been done now, that is jumping into the unknown. But then again, as I'm sure you can see, I'm big enough, old enough and ugly enough that I don't give a monkey's. I'll jump into the unknown. I've done it before, and not many people have been out damage to the Fizzos, or Fizzog, isn't it, for the face, Fizzog. But I've been shot at, stabbed, bombed, shelled, had a mob on me, and I'm still here. So that says something, you know. Obnoxious little bugger, it generally says. Okay, so, you know, I'll give it as good a go as anyone can. But I'm going to do it as I enjoy it, and that is the most important thing. Now, if it starts getting to the stage where I don't enjoy it, I'll take a break. Nobody will have paid anything for it. Nobody will be expecting anything from it, with an expectation that they are indeed due it. But no, if I get tired, I can slow down. If everything's going fine, I can get the next project done, and the next project, and the next project, showing off models, showing off the scales, showing off the different ways to paint, and hopefully enjoy what I'm doing. Wake up and look forward to coming in here, to going to the sheds, and actually not be important, that's wrong word, be an integral support part to the industry. A peripheral, yes, I do know peripheral, and small peripheral part to the industry. But I'll be able to bring news of new 3D printers, new materials, new methods that are being done, Kickstarter, Indiegogos, what have you, and give an slightly educated opinion on them rather than a biased commercial opinion, which you find a lot of them do. But whereby that's already done, and it is done very well by some YouTubers, I'll also be doing it for 3D printing for terrain, which is a niche market. It's not worldwide market. Well, it is worldwide. It's not a huge worldwide market, you know. It's a niche market within wargaming, within role-playing, within model making, within model trains and that. So I will examine these. I will say, can that be printed in a 10mm scale? Can it be printed at HO, 00? Can it be printed at a Z, which is small, by the way, Z scale for model railways. At least I think that one's a small one. Z, I'm sure it is. N scale is another small one, but bigger than the Z, I think. I think the Z is very small. But anyway, that's beside the point. You'll get all that if you watch. I'll talk about paints. I'll talk about methods of, well, not methods, tricks on doing terrain with 3D printing. You've got something and you want to change it. There are loads of ways. I don't just mean going into a program and changing it. There are ways to make things look different, okay, after the model's actually built. So anyway, right, I'm going to bring it to an end. About 7 minutes ago I said that. Let me know what you think. As soon as Mac chucks me off the 3D printers Facebook group, this will go dead. I will remove this video. It's only for designers. It's only for the other licensed printers, the printable scenery licensed printers to see. I will get in contact with all of the designers where I've got licenses for, and that, linking them to this video. And my next job is to get this lot working again, because I had to stop everything, and I had to plan to do this without the noise of the printers in the background, by the way. Oh yeah, by the way, these were what I was putting up. You can see soundproof tiles and all the rest of it when I came off the steps, and boom, 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 boom. Okay, and just because I know someone was interested how we did it, what we do is we've got a kitchen worktop there on supports on the wall, supported down here by 2x1s. Well, I think it's 1 3/4 by 3/4 actually, because of metric measurements. There, onto the next one, and then supported underneath the next shelf. 2 shelves high, ceiling 6'6". Whee! I've got some shadow now. Don't know where that's come from. Let's see whether we can abate that. These are all things I've got to learn to do. Hang on. Hello, is that better? Yeah, I should have had that light on as well. Right, so I'm going to go now and just say to you again, apologies for any shite that comes your way because of me. I will try and make it up to you, and I'll try and make it up to the industry and to the hobby that I actually love, and that is both, or the hobbies, because it's actually both 3D printing and wargaming. Love painting, love gaming, love 3D printing. So what could be better? That light is bad. Is that better? I think that's a little bit better, except that we got it in shot. Right. So I've got to learn all this, and I'll learn it very quickly. Don't worry. Right. Good luck to you all. Hope to hear from you. And by God, can't I waffle? See you all.